Hi there. It's like 11:30 at night, and I'm very unused to being on camera, so this might get kind of awkward, but I really wanted to share my testimony about how I came to Jesus. I'll give a little bit of background. When I was around 8 years old, I didn't have a lot of friends. I was getting picked on pretty bad from the kids at my school and in my neighborhood, and I didn't feel a lot of support from my mom, and my dad wasn't in the picture. So life felt pretty rough. I remember one time when I was 8 years old that me and my mom had just gotten into an argument, and I don't even remember what it was about. But I remember that she went inside to go buy groceries, and I just started bawling my eyes out. I mean, I just started screaming and swearing and punching the fucking dashboard, and I was screaming at God. I was insulting him. I was yelling at him. I was telling him he was a piece of shit and that I didn't believe in him. And if he did exist, then he was a fucking bastard for putting me here with all these people who hated my guts. I was in complete and full rebellion. And right in the middle of my panic attack, I hear this little knock on the window, and I look, and there's a person standing there, and I couldn't really tell if it was a man or a woman because their face was kind of like just like genderless. So obviously I was like in the middle of a panic attack, and then this person just decided to like interrupt me. So I rolled down the window. I was like, "Hey, what do you want?" And they said, "Hi, I'm an angel. This is for you." And they held out a little red book with a bunch of little kids' faces on it. And at the time, I had just gotten out of a French school and I didn't really know how to read English, so I couldn't read what it said, but I very vividly remember the little red book with a bunch of kids' faces on it. Obviously, when a guy tells you that he's an angel and you're 8, you don't really know how to respond. So I just said what my mom had always told me, which is I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. And I swear to God, he looked me right in the eyes and he said, "I am not a stranger, I'm an angel." And again, as an 8-year old, I didn't really have a comeback for that one. So I just kind of repeated what I said before. "I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to talk to strangers." And he kind of looked sad. And he was like, "Okay." He didn't even say bye. He just put the book back in his pocket and he walked away. And I saw him disappear behind a car. But I never forgot that experience. And I never forgot the little red book with all the kids' faces on it. So, fast forward to around 2023. I was working in a thrift shop and I was putting books away on the shelf. And I turned my head, and what do you think I saw? But that little red book with the kids' faces on it. It was the Gideon's New Testament answer book. God is so good. See, I firmly believe that God knew that I wasn't going to take the first invitation. But he had so much patience with me. He had so much unyielding love that he was willing to wait for me and keep me safe through all of the mistakes I made in between the ages of 8 to 23. Even though I didn't know it, he was watching over me. And he was waiting for the time that he knew I was ready for it. And I remember when I got that job, something told me that if I got that job, I'd find that book again in that thrift shop. I don't know what made me think that, But I just had a feeling that if I got that job, then I'd find the book again. And I did. It was crazy. So, flash forward again, 2 more years to this year, 2025. I'd been going to a church for a while, but it wasn't really feeding my spiritual needs. So I recently started attending a new church called Connection to Freedom. And on my second day there, we were doing a Bible study, and I rode my bike. So the pastor let me put it in his back office. And I opened up the pastor's back office, and what do you think the first thing I saw was when I turned on the lights? It was a cardboard box full of little red answer books with the kids' faces on them. Now, I firmly believe, you can say that's just a bunch of coincidences, but I firmly believe that that was a sign from God that that's exactly where I'm supposed to be. And that day with the angel, I don't know if that guy was really an angel or if he just saw some kid crying in a car and decided to do the Christian thing and offer him a book. But either way, I firmly believe that that was Jesus Christ coming to save me. And again, even when I rejected him, he didn't give up on me. And I'm not a perfect person. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life that I know that I'm never going to be able to take back. And I don't think that believing in God suddenly makes me any better than I was, because I'm not good. I've never been good. If you knew me in high school, you know that. But reading this book and following what it says has given me the ability to do good. Through following this book, through following this man, Yeshua HaMashiach, my Lord and Savior, my Messiah, I've been able to do amazing things that I never believed I could do. I've been able to walk with a boldness that I never imagined. I've been able to touch the lives of people that I would have never met. And it is all thanks to God. So anyway, that's my story. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe and comment and all that fancy jazz. I've got a comic book on my page. If you haven't read it, it's free. It's called Apostles on Wheels. And I want to preface the book by saying that I did not write it as a substitution for actually reading the Bible. Please read the Bible. It's really great. Anyway, that's my story, that's my show. You have a good day, and remember, even when you don't believe in Jesus, he still believes in you.